Proverbs chapter 14 verse 12 says, there is a way which seems right unto man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. It looks good. It looks good. Young man, young lady, when you're doing those things, it looks good. But the end thereof is the end of death. Listen to me, the Bible is not talking about this death of the physical. As I've told you, there is no one who is going to escape this physical death. And people die of this physical death in different ways. Some lions, they eat them up. Some sharks, they eat them up. They die differently. And these people includes believers. They die differently. And God is not talking about this death, because this death everybody must pass through. But there is another death, eternal death. That's what God is talking about. The end thereof is the end of death. Proverbs 16 verse 25. There is a way, verse 25, Proverbs 16. There is a way that seems right unto man. It seems right. But the end thereof is the ways of death. Listen to me. It says, it seems right. It seems right. Let me tell you something. Some people have asked me so many questions. Why are you like this? Some say, are you immune? Let me tell you, there is no person on the face of the earth that is immune to temptation. No, there is no one. Temptations comes to everyone. As long as you are a human being, temptation will come. Temptation came to a man who is God, but the Bible says now that he's born like a man, Jesus, the devil came and tempted him. So temptation comes to everyone. There is no person on the face of the earth that says, I am not tempted. Everyone gets tempted. So when you are tempted, brother, it's not strange. And there is no excuse that you can tell God, God, I did it because I was tempted. Because God says, your neighbor standing before you was also tempted, but he didn't do it. Temptation is no excuse. Why? Because it comes to everyone. And every temptation, brother, sister, listen, every temptation, there is no temptation that comes in a form of anyway, it's just a matter of okay, whatever you want to do, okay, you can leave me if you don't want. No, there's no such a temptation. Every temptation, when it comes, brother, it looks the only way. It's an apple. It glitters from every angle. When you look this side, it looks like, ooh, this is the only thing. But before you take it, think of hell. Think of hell. Young lady, listen, listen. I would rather suffer and become a hobo in the streets and die and go to heaven like Lazarus than rather to become a prostitute selling my body in order to live well on this earth. Because the battle we're facing is not about this earth. Listen to me, young man. Listen to me, young lady. The battle we are facing is not about how you end in this earth. The battle is, who are you going to be in the next life? Who are you going to be? We find even preachers today, they have left what God has called them. They want to be someone else. They're just after the glittering things of outside. This is the reason today you find even preachers have girlfriends. Preachers, yes. Sin glitters to everyone. Even them slips over today. And you say, Pastor, why you don't do? You mean it doesn't glitter to you? Ooh, sin glitters to everyone. Sin glitters to everyone. And the question is, why don't you do? My problem is only one thing, hell. That's my problem. If you want these pastors to sin, find a way how you can conquer hell. If you can destroy hell and the lake of fire, the next day I am with you in sin. Full time. Full time. Because my problem is hell. How shall I stand eternity in fire? Because of that, it doesn't matter how sin can glitter. It doesn't matter how heavy it comes, how tempting it comes. My answer is always no. No. Why? Eternity. Eternity. The question is today, where will you spend your eternity?